told you to stop.
I was joking. You tell me to fuck off.
I
You
don't
call
care.
me a retard sometimes. I don't care. You call me a retard sometimes.
Do you have proof?
You've called me a retard before.
Do you have proof? I don't remember that.
And literally, bring the other Vortigon, yeah, and he can tell you what he said as well. Literally, he said no one really gives a shit about that rule. Literally, it's not been enforced since Apex.
Yeah, well, I do. I enforce rules nobody else do. Well, I enforce it, and you're supposed to respect it, even nobody does. You're a staff member. You're supposed to be an example. You have to respect rules even though nobody does.
I was joking with you.
You take the Vortigon class, you go around knocking on the vending machine base door and yelling FBI open up, which I didn't like.
And when I did one thing wrong, you get that's what you're doing.
Shush. Let me talk. I told you to stop, right? I told you to stop, and then you told me to screw off. You said nobody cares about that rule.
When does that? I just said that now, but wait, that's what Putin said. I'm just referring what Putin said.
Who?
Putis.
Who the fuck is Putis?
Wow, that shows activity. He's been around here a long time. He's really active. Really active.
You're talking about the guy who always plays as a fucking crow? No?
Yes, I assume.
Yeah, okay, I know that guy. Is it Putis Bird?
Yeah.
Okay, then shut up about activity.
Active on the server. Yeah, but the fact he didn't know him, well, he's really active.
Yeah, okay, he's a player and he's a min and he has warns. That's all I know about him. I don't really interact with that guy.
But a lot of players have warns and they're not really ninjas.
Okay. If you take the Vortigon class, roleplay correctly or you'll be banned. It literally says it in the fucking... When you spawn. When you spawn as a Vortigon, it says it. It says roleplay correctly or you'll be banned. I'm not quite sure you roleplay correctly. And even after a warning, you sent me go fuck off, literally. You didn't tell me that. I don't remember what you said, but it was something along these lines. What? What the fuck? Oh, that's fine. I don't like Santos anyway. Santos got killed by me once and warned me for RDM when he was a defunct unit. Fucking find the logic in this.
We'll just go away from this. Santos is like engineer, so there you go.
Actually, no, I mean engineer kind of changed since then, but Santos was kind of an abusive admin back then. I mean, he warned me for a lot of things I didn't do just because he was triggered.
I never really got into Santos. I never bumped into him, but I heard he was abusive.
Santos banned a girl I know for 30 days because she made a stash of weapons and wanted to give them to staff members. She hid them under a prop, and that was the only rule she broke. And so he banned her for like a month for that. And I lost my shit, dude. I lost it. I called Nova, I called Vin, I called everybody in the hierarchy. I was like, okay, you guys gotta demote Santos. He's doing shit he shouldn't do. And then they told me, well, it doesn't go that way. They told me demotions aren't immediate. They're procedures. They don't just go and, oh, you're demoted for doing that. Okay. They have actual procedures to follow and shit. When you become a staff member, you kind of stay there for a while. You can't get demoted for shit. You need to have an actual solid reason to be demoted. Yeah, I know. I mean, banning someone for 2 months isn't a good reason that I don't understand. I think the worst ban I've done is a permanent ban, but that was for a hacker. So the second worst ban I've done was like a week ban, I think. Which event? No. Just so you know I don't remember any events from Apex.
I only remember one event, and that was the event where it shut down, so it's literally...
I remember. Oh yeah, I remember 2 events. I remember this one, like the one you just said, and the one where we changed from Industrial 17 to something else. Oh yeah, that was a parade. Also, okay, please, the rules aren't different for you than it is for a player. If I see a player minging around as a Vortigaunt, I'm going to ban him. You should do the same. You need to abide by the rules more than anybody else because you're a staff member. You enforce the rules, you make them apply, you can't break them. So, I didn't want to punish you in the first place, I was just telling you, hey man, stop minging as a Vortigaunt, you can't really do it. And then you told me to screw off because everybody breaks that rule, and I was like, alright.
I mean, at the time I didn't say everyone breaks that rule.
No, yes, you said something like, nobody follows that rule. You said it.
No,
I'm
I
100% sure. I'm 100% sure you said it.
Sure, I did.
I'm a million thousand percent sure.
I said that 5 minutes ago here, but I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
say
You said it back then again. Didn't I mention him saying that when I reported him to you, right? I think I mentioned it. He's saying yes with his head. That says it all.
Right, yeah, evidence?
But you got evidence of me calling you a retard?
No, my point proven, exactly.
Well, why did you break the rule then if it wasn't for that?
I still didn't say it's not a rule though.
You didn't say it's not a rule, you said it's a rule but nobody follows it.
Never said that. I said that 5 minutes ago here, like right here, never said that before though.
It would have been just easier if you just admitted it, man. You're just making this complicated, you're bothering.
I'm not gonna admit something I didn't do, like, that's like me saying I murdered someone but I didn't murder someone, like, no.
No, that's very different. You didn't murder anyone. I am against Union going rogue. We have enough rebels. And I am saying that as a rebel. That's just, you've got a solid opinion here.
Well, yeah, what do you want me to do? 'Cause I'm not gonna admit something I didn't do, and I really need to talk to someone right now, so...
So, what was the reason which you broke the rule? I mean, why were you minging as a Vortigaunt? And it was...
Because no one's ever really gave a shit, like, I've seen other staff, like, not that
it says it in the MOTD,
again,
and it says it when you spawn as a Vortigaunt.
I've seen some staff where Poots is talking, they don't give a shit. But as you said,
well,
some
like I
staff
said,
don't
it's on the
enforce
staff
rules, so
member's
they
discretion to enforce certain rules. No staff member can break rules, any rule. Though, staff members can choose to not enforce certain rules. I enforce all of them. So, you thought you could, even though in the MOTD it says you can't, and you need to know the MOTD. And when you spawn as a when you take the Vortigon job, it says it in blue, in bright blue, in your fucking text thing. You get like 5 times the message when you spawn as a Vortigon. And you didn't see it. Yeah, well, a lot of people is not my problem, actually. No, really. I really don't care. That's an invalid argument. So... give me a good reason why you started yelling FBI open up as a vote.
That's a joke. That's literally a joke.
How about the minging
you can't
and the talking microphone?
I said that. The minging, I'm joking.
Yeah, well, everybody can just use that as an
joking.
excuse then. Yeah.
Right, but you don't get a joke.
No.
Clearly.
I don't like minges.
Exactly.
Well, that sucks. It's on my discretion if I want to enforce the mingery rule or not. Most staff members don't. I do.
Right. I mean, I've seen some staff members minge, but I don't go up to fucking someone and report them. Because I'm not like that, but you are apparently, so there you go.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I was about to set your job to citizen, but I can't, so I guess I can't punish you.
Well, I'll do it for myself. There we go.